Librarian uses facial recognition to find a missing heiress. The results expose a secret family. When 24-year-old Clara Evans, heiress to a billion-dollar fortune, vanished without a trace, the police launched a massive manhunt. But after 6 months, they found nothing. The case went cold, and the world moved on. Everyone except for Maya Petrova, a quiet archivist at the city library. While the police used databases, Maya used something far more powerful, a century of yearbooks. And what her facial recognition algorithm found wasn't a body. It was a woman who was supposed to be dead, living a new life. But the moment Maya sent her findings to the family, a team of lawyers showed up at the library to threaten her. Before we start, like this video and comment, find the truth. If you stand with those who never stop searching, your support helps us bring more powerful stories. Now let's begin. The woman who hid in time. The past never really leaves us. It lingers, not in grand monuments or official records, but in the quiet corners of the world, in the spines of forgotten books, in the yellowed edges of newspaper clippings, in the candid smiles of strangers captured in yearbook photos, their names long since erased from memory. It hides in plain sight, waiting, watching, whispering. Clara Evans, brilliant, restless, heir to a billion-dollar empire, learned that the hard way. She didn't vanish because she was taken. She vanished because she was born to vanish. Her disappearance 6 months ago wasn't a mystery to be solved. It was a performance, a final act in a lifelong play written by someone else. And the only person who could find her wasn't a detective, wasn't a private investigator, wasn't even a journalist chasing a headline. She was a librarian, Maya Petrova, quiet, unassuming, keeper of archives, guardian of dust. Her weapon wasn't a gun, it was an algorithm. And the story it told? It wasn't about a missing heiress. It was about a family built on lies, a dynasty built on fire, and a woman who had been running, not for 6 months, but for 40 years. The Cathedral of Forgotten Stories. To most, the Cedar Hollow Public Library was just a building, brick and glass, fluorescent lights, the smell of old carpet and industrial cleaner. To Maya Petrova, it was a cathedral, a sanctuary, a living, breathing archive of human lives, ordinary, extraordinary, lost, and lingering. She'd worked there for 12 years, started as a shelver, became a reference assistant. Now, at 38, she was head archivist, the quiet force behind the library's ambitious digitization project, turning decades of local history into searchable, preserved bytes. Her days were rituals. 7:15 a.m., unlock the heavy oak doors. 7:30, brew the first pot of coffee, dark roast, no sugar. 8 o'clock, greet Mrs. Henderson, the 89-year-old regular who came every day to read the obituaries just in case. 9 o'clock, open the archive wing. Then silence, the soft rustle of turning pages, the gentle tap-tap of her keyboard, the hum of scanners digitizing brittle newspapers, the scent of aging paper, vanilla, dust time. She loved it. She believed, fiercely, quietly, that every life deserved to be remembered, even the ones the world tried to forget, especially those. She didn't know it yet, but Clara Evans was about to become the most unforgettable story she'd ever uncover. The headline that didn't fit. It began, as all great unravelings do, with something small. An ordinary Tuesday. A patron, a college student cramming for finals, left the Cedar Hollow Gazette open on table 4. Maya walked past, tidying, and her eyes caught the headline. Evans' heiress presumed dead. Inheritance dispute looms. Beneath it, a photo. Clara Evans, 24 years old. Sharp cheekbones. Dark, intelligent eyes. A smile that didn't reach them. Maya paused. Something about the article felt off. Not the tragedy. Missing heiresses were tragic, yes, but the tone. The police found no evidence of foul play. The family lawyers were petitioning for legal death declaration within 30 days. The fortune, estimated at $1.2 billion, was poised for redistribution among surviving Evans family members. It read less like a mystery, more like a transaction, a life neatly filed away. A fortune, efficiently redistributed. Maya frowned. She clipped the article, tucked it into her curiosities folder. Didn't think much of it. Until that night. Chapter 3. The algorithm that spoke to ghosts. Maya's side project was personal. A grant from the State Historical Society had funded the development of Echo Recall, an open-source facial recognition AI designed specifically for historians. Unlike commercial tools that scan social media or surveillance feeds, Echo Recall was trained to recognize faces across time, accounting for aging, hairstyle changes, weight fluctuations, even the grainy quality of 20th century photography. Its purpose? To identify unnamed subjects in old photos, to give names back to the nameless, to resurrect ghosts. Maya had been testing it on Cedar Hollow High yearbooks from the 1950s, matching Jane Doe in the 1957 prom photo to her 1982 obituary. It worked beautifully. That night, as rain tapped against her apartment window, Maya stared at the clipped article, at Clara Evans's photo. A thought, wild, irrational, thrilling, seized her. What if Clara didn't disappear into the present? What if she disappeared into the past? Not metaphorically, literally. What has she been hiding? Not for 6 months, but for years, decades, under different names, in different towns, in yearbooks? Maya laughed at herself, then opened her laptop. She uploaded Clara's photo, set parameters, search, public yearbooks, society pages, volunteer rosters, 1970%. Match tolerance, high, account for aging hair weight. Exclude, social media, news photos, police databases. She hit enter, went to bed. The AI worked all night. Chapter 4, The First Ghost, 1982. The ping came at 4:33 a.m. Maya jolted awake, rushed to her laptop. On screen, a match, 99.8% confidence. Photo source, Willow Creek Teachers College Yearbook, class of 1982. Subject name, Claire Evanson. Maya's breath caught. She zoomed in. The woman was young, early 20s. Hair longer, smile softer. But the eyes, the structure of face, the slight tilt of the head. It was Clara. Impossible. Clara Evans was 24, born in 1999. This photo was from star 1982 star. Maya's hands trembled. She refined the search. Recalculate. Account for aging. Subject is older than photo suggests. The AI reprocessed. New matches flooded in. 1995, Maplewood Elementary PDA Directory. Cara Evans, age listed 32. Photo shows woman approximate 40. 2003, Desert Springs Community Garden volunteers. Sarah Clark, wearing sun hat, face partially shaded. 97.4% match after shadow removal. 2010, Portland Literacy Nonprofit Gala. Eleanor Reed, standing near back, holding a wine glass. 98.1% match. 2016, Seattle Public Library Volunteer Appreciation. Maggie Lane, smiling beside a book cart, unmistakable. Maya sat back, heart pounding. This wasn't a disappearance. This was a pattern. Clara Evans, or whoever she really was, hadn't vanished 6 months ago. She'd been vanishing her entire life. Every 5 to 7 years. A new town, a new name, a new face, subtly altered, but always her. And then Maya saw it. The locations. Willow Creek, or 1982. Maplewood, VT, 1995. Desert Springs, AZ, 2003. Portland, Oregon, 2010. Seattle, Washington, 2016. Cedar Hollow, CA, 2023. Asterisk, where Claire was last seen. Asterisk, she pulled up historical records. Every single town. Within 6 months of Claire, Cara, Sarah, Eleanor, Maggie appearing, there had been a fire. Not just any fire. A records office fire. Town hall, county clerk, library annex. All destroyed. All accidental. All unsolved. Maya's blood ran cold. This woman wasn't just hiding. She was erasing her trail. With fire. Chapter 5. The Lawyers in the Library. Maya believed she'd uncovered a witness. The lawyers in the library. Maya believed she'd uncovered a witness. A woman on the run from arsonists. Or worse. She compiled the evidence. Timelines, photos, fire reports, match probabilities. She didn't go to the police. She went to the source. She emailed the findings to Evans Global Security. Attention, Director of Investigations. Subject, urgent. Clara Evans is alive. Possible witness to multiple arsons. She hit send, went to work. At 11:47 a.m., two men walked into the library. They didn't browse, didn't ask for help. They walked straight to the archive desk. Tailored suits, no ties, polished shoes, eyes that didn't blink. The taller one smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. Miss Petrova? A word, please. Maya's stomach dropped. They didn't need to introduce themselves. She knew. The Evans family. The lead man. Silver hair, voice like velvet over ice. Lean close. You've been industrious. He didn't raise his voice. Didn't need to. The quiet was more terrifying than shouting. You are interfering in matters you cannot possibly understand. Maya stood her ground. I found her. Clara Evans. She's alive. And she's been running for decades. Why? The man's smile vanished. Clara Evans does not exist. Maya blinked. What? Clara Evans, the 24-year-old heiress, is a fiction, a legal construct, a placeholder. He stepped closer. The woman you found? Her name is Eleanor Voss. She was born in 1958. She is not an heiress. She is a liability. Maya's mind raced. But the photos, the family, the fortune. Are you familiar with the term dynastic mirage? Miss Petrova? He didn't wait for an answer. In 1978, Eleanor Voss, then 20, was hired by Silas Evans I to pose as his long-lost granddaughter. A PR stunt, a tax dodge, a way to avoid inheritance laws. She played the part beautifully. For 45 years, she cycled through identities, Clara, Cara, Claire, appearing just long enough to sign documents, attend galas, then vanish. Each time, a tragic accident would claim her, resetting the inheritance clock. The fires? Necessary housekeeping, to erase the paper trail of her rotations. Maya felt sick. So, she's not missing. She's retired. The man's eyes hardened. She broke contract. 6 months ago, she refused to die again. She vanished for real. And now, she's threatening to expose the entire scheme. He placed a hand on Maya's desk. Delete your files, Miss Petrova. Walk away. The Evans family does not exist. Clara Evans does not exist. And if you value your peaceful life here, you will forget you ever heard those names. He turned to leave, then paused. One more thing. The next Clara Evans is already being groomed. A 19-year-old from Oslo. Very photogenic. Very compliant. He smiled. History always repeats itself, Miss Petrova, especially when it's profitable. The photo that changed everything. Maya didn't sleep that night. She backed up everything, encrypted it, stored copies in 3 separate cloud accounts under fake names. She considered going to the press, then remembered the lawyer's warning. The next Claire is already being groomed. This wasn't about one woman. It was about a machine, a dynasty built on lies. And she, a librarian, had just jammed a wrench into its gears. 3 days later, a plain manila envelope appeared in her library mailbox. No stamp, no return address. Inside, a single photograph, black and white, faded, a young woman, early 20s, standing beside a man in a 3-piece suit. The woman, unmistakably Clara Evans. The man, Silas Evans I, patriarch of the empire, dead since 2005. Date scrawled on the back in elegant cursive. June 12, 1978, the day the lie began. On the reverse, 2 words, thank you. Maya knew it was from Eleanor, from Clara, from the woman who had been erased so many times she'd forgotten her own name. The silent revolution. Nothing happened. No expose. No arrests, no dramatic press conference. The Evans fortune quietly dissolved. A series of private restructuring agreements. Silas Evans II, the current patriarch, resigned from all boards. The family name vanished from Forbes. The Oslo girl, never heard from again. Maya sometimes wonders, is Eleanor free, living in a cottage in Maine, volunteering at a library under yet another name, smiling for a photo that will one day be found by another curious archivist? She hopes so. She likes to think that somewhere Eleanor Voss, aka Claire Evans, aka Cara Evans, aka Sarah Clark, is finally just herself. No contracts, no fires, no lies, just a woman with a name and a story. The librarian who listened to ghosts. The library is quiet again. Mrs. Henderson still reads the obituaries. The students still cram for finals. The scanners still hum. But Maya, she sees the archives differently now. Every yearbook, every faded photo, every unnamed face. They're not just memories. They're secrets. Their lives. Their stories waiting to be told. She started a new project, the Unnamed Project. Volunteers scan old photos, upload them to a public database, use Echo Recall to find matches, to give names back to the forgotten. Last month, they identified a mystery woman in a 1943 factory photo as Ruthie Mendelson, a Holocaust survivor who rebuilt her life in America, never speaking of her past. Her grandchildren wept when they saw the photo, called Maya, thanked her. Maya didn't tell them about Clara, about Eleanor, about the fires. Some stories are better left in the shadows. For now, the truth in the dust. Maya Petrova didn't set out to topple a dynasty. She set out to remember a name, to honor a life, to listen to the whispers in the dust. And in doing so, she uncovered the biggest secret of all. Not that Clara Evans was missing, but that she was manufactured, that families can be fictions, that fortunes can be built on smoke, and that sometimes the most powerful person in the room is a quiet librarian who knows how to listen to the past. If you believe that the truth is the most powerful story ever told, like this video, subscribe to Digital Detective, and share this story. Comment below, where would you hide if you wanted to disappear forever? Asterisk, asterisk.